Alex Eala's $20 million game changer. Philippines breaking barriers and making the Philippines proud. It was 6 a.m. in Madrid when Alexander Eala's phone buzzed with an unknown number, half asleep and wrapped in a blanket. She almost ignored it until her coach's voice came through the door. Alex answered that. Trust me, on the other end of the line was a head of Aurora Sports Global, one of the most powerful sports conglomerates in the world. Their message was simple yet historic. Alexandra, we're offering you a $20 million partnership to build the future of tennis in Asia. Silence, then disbelief, then tears. The deal would make her one of the highest paid female athletes under 21, the first Filipina to sign a global sports innovation contract of that scale and a symbol of Southeast Asian power in sport. It wasn't just money, it was meaning. To call that morning wasn't just about business. It was about belonging, from Manila dreams to global reality. Before she became a multi-million-dollar icon, Alex was just a kid hitting balls against a cracked wall in Manila's scorching heat. No fancy equipment, no high-end facilities, just a heart that refused to stop believing. Her parents, Mike and Riza, nurtured her gift with relentless faith. When she was 12, she left home for Spain to train at the Rafael Nadal Academy, a decision that would test her resilience in every way. There were days I cried from loneliness, she once recalled, but I knew every tear was watering the dream. That dream, once fragile and far, was now a $20 million reality. The deal that rocked the sports world. The $20 million partnership wasn't a simple endorsement. It was a strategic collaboration, a fusion of purpose, technology, and legacy. Aurora Sports Global announced the creation of the ELA Project, a worldwide initiative to fund young athletes, develop eco-friendly tennis equipment, and launch the first ever Philippine tennis academy built to global standards. We didn't invest in an athlete, Aurora CEO Marissa Holt told reporters. We invested in a movement, one that starts with Alex. The agreement included $10 million toward youth tennis development in the Philippines and Southeast Asia, $5 million for innovation, sustainable gear, AI, assisted training, and sports science. Labs, $5 million directly to ELA for leadership training and personal brand. Projects. This wasn't just sponsorship, it was empowerment. The announcement, heard around the world. The press conference was held at the iconic Philippine Arena, filled with flashing cameras and a sea of waving flags. When Alex stepped onto stage dressed in a sleek white suit with small Philippine flag pin on her lapel, the crowd erupted. Reporters from CNN, BBC, and ESPN jostled for questions. Her parents sat front row holding hands, eyes wet with pride. Alex began her speech in English, then paused, smiled, and switched to Filipino. Ido para in Hindi. Lang ako panalaban gilas. This is for us. This isn't just my victory. It's the Philippines. The crowd roared. The moment became a symbol not just of achievement, but of representation. The ripple effect. Within hours, Alexa $20 million deal trended across the world. Filipinos, everywhere from Manila to Dubai to Los Angeles, flooded social media with the hashtag Be Proudly Pine. Students wore shirts that read $20 million, number 110 million dreams. The Philippine Stock Exchange even saw a minor uptick in sports and wellness brands after the announcement, proof that her influence had become economic power. The meaning behind the millions. Critics questioned the size of the deal. Why $20 million for someone so young? Why now? Aurora CFO explained it best. We didn't pay for what she's done. We pay for what she represents. Discipline, diversity, and destiny. Alex Frey, part, remain humble. Money fades, but meaning stays. My job is to turn this into something that changes lives. The ELA project, building futures. Weeks after the deal, Alex announced the ELA Tennis Foundation, a nonprofit initiative to provide scholarships, equipment, and training to underprivileged kids across Asia. The first academy would open in 2026 in Batangas, featuring 10 eco courts, dormitories, and a learning center. Focus on both sport and education. If I can be the door, Alex said, then others can walk through. Within days, major brands and local governments joined in. The foundation became the most ambitious grassroots tennis movement in Southeast Asia's history. The Cultural Revolution, ILA's success, transcended sport. She became the face of a new Filipino identity, confident, global, and unapologetically proud. For decades, Filipino athletes have fought for recognition in global tennis. Now, Alex had forced the world to look and listen. She's not just representing a country, wrote Time magazine. She's redefining what it means to come from one. Her rise sparked a renaissance. Local businesses started sponsoring sports programs. Kids began enrolling in tennis schools, and Filipino parents saw tennis as a career, not a hobby. The backstory few knew behind the $20 million headlines was a long road of hardship. At 14, Alex nearly quit after series of injuries left her doubting her body. At 16, homesickness hit hard during her first full year on tour, but she never broke. Whenever I felt lost, she said, I imagine a little girl in the Philippines watching me. I couldn't give up on her beyond the millions. In interviews, Alex insists the money is a tool. The mission is the message. That mission to bridge cultures, empower youth, and prove that greatness can come from anywhere now defines a life more than her forehand, the family behind. Fighter. Her parents remain her quiet foundation. Her mom still texts her Bible verses before matches. Her dad still strings her rackets himself when she's home. We taught her discipline, her father said, but the fire that's hers, the legacy in motion. Analysts already call her the Filipina Federer, not for her style, but for her grace. She's a once-in-a-generation athlete who makes tennis feel poetic again. Yet she laughs when she hears a comparison. I'm not the next anyone, she says. I'm the first me, the moment of reflection. Late one night after a whirlwind year, Alex sat alone in her hotel balcony, overlooking Makati skyline. The city, lights shimmer below, alive with hope. She thought of her childhood. The wall she hit balls against. The sweat, the faith, the fear. $20 million, she whispered, but the real treasure was never the number. It was a journey. The world takes notice. Major media call her the game changer of 2025. Forbes listed her among Asia's most influential under 25. Time feature her under next. Generation leaders. But to Filipinos, she's something deeper. A reminder that dreams born in small places can echo around the world. The final serve. At a charity exhibition held to fund her new academy, Alex stood on court holding the Philippine flag. The crowd sang Lupon, Hainong, then silence. She raised her racket and said softly, this is more than a game. This is our story. The sir that followed wasn't just a shot. It was history, powerful, precise, and full of purpose. The world applauded. The Philippines wept. And somewhere in the distance, a little girl picked up a racket for the first time. Thank you for watching. please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next